Hello, world of the internets, and welcome. This is bdsmgeny. My name is Alice. This is Lillian beside me. We are a BDSM couple in the Central Florida area, involved in a master and slave relationship.
We are doing this show because there's not a whole lot of resources available for people our age at all. Most of the resources available can be cut into two categories: fantasy and reality. The reality resources are a lot more slim than the fantasy resources, and because of that, it leads to a lot of people who enter into the public community with some terrible misconceptions, and they're very vulnerable and open to predators. We want to give you more information than we had so that you can be safer and more educated before you enter into the public lifestyle.
Now, what will this show be about? Well, pretty much a little bit of everything. We're hoping it'll be a round table. We're hoping it will be a Q&A session with you guys so that any of your burning desires to know about BDSM can be answered. But what we're really hoping is to give you guys some insight into some of the significant mental and emotional aspects, like the relationships between people within BDSM, how to swing a poly household, how to have play partners and be responsible and ethical about that.
So our history, well, I've been active in the public community now for a little over a year. I entered into BDSM privately in October of 2009. I knew I was interested before that, thanks to a website called www.mcstories.com. And I started playing privately because I knew that I was interested, but I had never had the courage to step out. Then she pushed me into the public community in December, and it's been a great home for me ever since.
Creepily enough, my foray into BDSM started at the exact same month his did, October of 2009, but from halfway across the world. I checked out Collar Me, a site I would not recommend to anyone because it is now full of trolls and predators. FetLife.com is a much better place if you're checking out kink for the first time and you want to meet friendly people who probably won't ask you for the sex on the first email round. However, I went with Collar Me. I didn't know any better, and I did get picked up by a predator, a pretty bad one. The next few months I spent fighting for my dignity, my sanity, and my life in what was definitely abuse, masquerading as BDSM. More on that probably in a later episode. But I got out. Some people are not that fortunate. I realized that the BDSM was not the problem. The predator was the problem, and I wanted to try again. So I bravely stepped my lonesome little feet into my local dungeon where I was living at the time and ran into this guy. Since then...
And then I set her on fire.
No, literally, he set me on fire. It was awesome. You don't burn. More on that in a later episode, by the way. But since then, I have been exploring particularly the dominant-submissive aspect of BDSM. And I love it. And I'm really happy to be here. And I'm really happy to be with him.
So. Our update schedule. We plan on updating every Tuesday, late in the evening EST. Our next topic, our very first topic, are labels within the lifestyle. What are they? What do they mean? The community is very much an alphabet soup.
Yes.
Dominant, submissive.
Top, bottom.
Slave, master.
Switches. Mysterious.
Daddy.
Switches.
Daddy and
Daddy and girl. Daddy and boy. Mistress. Alphabet soup.
It's an alphabet soup. We hope to demystify some of it and give you a better idea of who you're talking to at the very least. Until then, I'm Lillian.
And I'm Alice.
And we'll see you next week. Goodbye.